Yo, what's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm gonna go through everything you guys need to know about MotionTracker, how to install it, all the details about it, on how to use it, all that good stuff, so you guys can get the tracking stuff in your videos super easily. First things first, when you buy it, you guys are gonna get a zip file, and when you open up that zip file, you're going to see 5 different files. I recommend you guys read the readme.txt. That way you don't have to watch this video again, and you can double make sure you can watch the video, read the readme, just so you guys know how to install it. If you're on Windows, all you're gonna do is you're gonna double click on the MotionTracker v1.0.0 win.exe. You're gonna go ahead and run it. You might get a Windows Defender message saying that like it's a virus. I promise it's not a virus. Just click more info and then run anyway. And now, very importantly, MotionTracker relies on Python and a Python script to do the motion tracking. So to install that, all you guys have to do is right click. If you're on Windows, right click the dependencies _ win.bat, right click it, click run as administrator, and you guys will be good to go. If you guys are worried, you're like, what is this batch file? It's gonna give me a virus. It's not gonna give you a virus, first of all. And second of all, if you really wanna see what it does, you can literally right click it, open it up in any notepad editor you want, and you can see exactly what it does. Now on Mac, it's very similar. All you guys are gonna do on Mac is you're gonna run the MotionTracker v1.0.0 mac.dmg. You're gonna run that, and then you're gonna double click on the .command file, which does the exact same thing as the batch file. If it doesn't work and you get some sort of error, very easy workaround. All you have to do is right click on the command file, click copy, and then you're gonna open up your terminal on Mac. And I know it's Windows, but it's gonna work the exact same way on Mac, okay? So all you're gonna do is you're gonna type in bash, you're gonna press your spacebar, and then you're gonna paste, right? And then you're gonna see bash and then the actual directory to that file. Press enter, it'll run just fine. Everything will be installed, you'll be good to go. And if you had Premiere open when you installed everything, go ahead and restart it. And once you've restarted it, or if you're opening up Premiere for the first time after installing it, just click on Window, go to Extensions, and you'll see MotionTracker right there. Go ahead, open it up. Then all you have to do is go ahead and click right here, paste in your license key that you got in your email. Or if you don't have that email anymore, or you don't want to go through it, you can go to my website, go to the licenses page, follow the instructions there, and you can get your license that way. Anyways, once you paste it in, you can go ahead and click Activate License, and you are good to go. Now, MotionTracker is very easy to use. So first things first, what you guys have to do is you have to set an in and out point for the section on your timeline that you want to track. If you have a lot of cuts in your video, it's very easy. You can just hover over it and click X. By default, that is the Premiere in and out section. It'll put an in and out on the cut points. If you can't do that super easily, just click somewhere on your timeline, right click, mark in, and then you'll get the little handles here. Once you have your section highlighted, I recommend disabling or just like moving anything on your layer that isn't the actual raw video, just so it doesn't get in the way of the tracking. Then all you have to do is go to the actual MotionTracker extension, click load in and out for tracking. It'll render out your little in and out point, and it'll put it into the MotionTracker. And let's say I want to motion track something on this guy right here in this game. All I have to do is click on him right there. And let's say you're trying to track a super small object, or it's just really small in the preview window. You can go ahead and click on the magnifying glass, and if you hover over it, you can see it magnifies exactly where you want to click. I'll go ahead and click right there. Good to go. And now once you have your tracking point selected, you can scroll down and you can see there's 4 quick presets that you guys can click on to just get the best results as quickly as possible. For 99.9% of cases, I'm telling you right now, most accurate will be the one you want to click on. It just has the best settings. The tracking isn't that intensive anyways, so cranking up all the settings isn't that intensive. I recommend doing that literally 99.9% of cases. But if you're tracking it and you see it's not working very well, or you want to change some settings yourself, you can open up the advanced settings and you can see we have 4 different tracking settings that you guys can go ahead and change. Search window size is pretty straightforward. You can see the search window gets bigger and smaller. It's basically just like the After Effects version. You guys know how you can make that window a little bigger on After Effects. It's basically the exact same thing here. And for confidence threshold, the lower the value, the more accurate the track will be. Basically, this is the percent error you guys are allowing the tracking data to have. So the higher this is, this would be a 90% error. So even if the tracking data had a 90% error, it would still count that and it would still put it in the tracking data. So for more accurate results, you change it all the way down or to 0.2 by default. Lost frame tolerance. This is basically how many frames the tracking will continue even when the confidence hits 0. Basically, after these 3 frames, it'll basically give up. And what's really cool is I have this last setting, smoothing, and this will actually interpolate and smooth the raw tracking data to give you a smoother track. I'll go ahead and track it real quick just so you guys can see what the smoothing actually does. So there we go. We got a little track on this guy. It did a pretty good job. I'm gonna go ahead and drag in my image again. So I'm happy with the tracking results. And let's say I want to paste it on this little cat GIF, okay? All I have to do is highlight the cat GIF I want to paste it on. And let's say when I paste the track, I want to add motion blur. Very easily, I can just click this button right here. And now when I paste the track, just like that, it's already tracked on him. I go ahead and move up the little cat GIF. And if I play it, Just like that, we've got it tracked on him. Very importantly, you can see that it will nest whatever you have selected first, and it will apply tracking data to that nest. So if we go to the effect controls, you can see it applied a transform effect, and that's where all the tracking data goes. And because I had motion blur selected, it changed the shutter angle to 180. If you don't have motion blur enabled, it'll basically do the exact same thing. It'll put a transform effect on it, put all the tracking data on there, but the shutter angle will be 0. Anyways, I like this track a lot, but let's say it was like super shaky, or like just the subject in the video was super shaky, and I want to smooth out that data. Let me go ahead and show you guys how to do that. So let's say I don't like this track anymore. I can just click reset, and we'll get the same thing that we loaded in earlier, but it'll just get rid of the tracking data so we can do it again. So same thing, I'll go ahead and click the magnifying glass. I'll click on him right there. I'll click most accurate, and it's already on there. But let me go ahead and change the smoothing to like, I'll even just do 1. I'll go ahead and start tracking, and I actually have to Control Z so I can get this initial cat back. And that's the nice thing about MotionTracker is you can actually continue to edit while it's doing stuff. I know it doesn't take that long, but it's nice to just, you know, set things up while it's tracking. Anyways, it's hard to tell, but it is smoother if I go ahead and paste this track onto the cat. Here, I'll zoom in here so you guys can see it really well. Let me go ahead and enable or disable the smoothed one. You see right there, it's stuck to him like some glue. Okay, if I enable the smooth one and I play it, you can see it's still stuck to him, but it's smoothed out the data a little bit. And then that was only tier 1. If I turn it all the way up here, I'll just show you guys what it looks like when I turn it all the way up. It's very dramatic. I wouldn't really recommend turning it all the way up, but it's there just in case you guys want. I'll go ahead and track that real quick. And now you can see it's so smooth that it's honestly like barely tracking him. But as you can see, it'll literally smooth the data. I don't really recommend going beyond 1 or 2. But for general purposes, I don't think you guys even need smoothing. But if you do, I'd start with 1. If it's still a little jittery, go ahead and change it to 2. Now, very importantly, you can see that there's a little timeline here with your tracking data. So let's say in this track right here, you can click this middle button to pause, and you can go frame by frame with these 2 buttons right here. You can go backwards or forward. So right about here, it started messing up. First things first, I can actually click on this dot and I can drag it to where I want it to actually be. So let's say I want to be over him, right? I can just drop it right there. And now the actual data will update in the thing before you paste it, and the tracking data will be right there. But let's say I just want to try and retrack the whole rest of this section. I can just highlight where I want to retrack. And let's say I want to retrack all of this data here. I can just click on this button right here. And just like before, I can choose my tracking point. I'll go ahead and click on them again right there. Click start tracking. So now it's kind of hard to tell, but basically all the data that we had highlighted right here is retracked with that point we just set. And let's say there's some data we don't even want. Let's say I don't even want any of this data here at the end. I can highlight all that and then just click the trash can button. And now if I wanted to paste it onto this cat right here, I'll go ahead and paste. And now, if I take a look at it, we can go to the effects controls, and you can see that actually none of that data that I highlighted and deleted is even applied to that layer. So it'll track it first, and then once it gets to that point, it'll just stop tracking. What's also really cool about MotionTracker is it's not just motion tracking. You can also stabilize footage. So let's say rather than motion tracking something under this guy, I wanted to actually have it stabilize on him. Very easily, all I would do is highlight the actual footage that I tracked and then click stabilize. And just like that, already done. And you can see it actually centers it into your preview window automatically. So all you have to do is scale up, and just like that, you can see it's stabilized on them. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys learned something more about MotionTracker. Hopefully you guys got it installed. You know how to use it, all that good stuff, so you can get the motion tracking stuff in your videos. If you have any questions, you want to report a bug, or you want to make a suggestion, feel free to go to the support page on my website. You can go ahead and go there, email me, or you can DM me on Twitter. Either way works. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Okay, bye.